morning. It's currently 6:50 and today's my first day inpatient. Okay, I'll say inpatient rotation. Obviously I worked inpatient before this, but hi. I'm about to get ready and I think today I'm going to catch the train because, sorry, the resident I'm with today, we were texting and she basically said that it is insane for parking right now, and I've lived in Atlanta literally all my life, so like I have no problem catching the train. So that's probably what I'm gonna do today. Just make sure everything can fit in my tote bag and I can zip it up, and obviously wear a longer coat to cover me for when I'm on the seats and stuff, and that's really it. So I'm gonna get changed now and yeah, I'm gonna get changed and head out. I made my lunch last night, but you guys will see when I'm packing it. But good morning and have a good day. Just finished up at the hospital. It's currently 10:23. I was there from about like 8 till now. We did patient rounds at about 8:30. We did snap rounds. I was on like kind of like a geriatrics floor, so that was really fun because obviously they have a lot of disease states, so it was just fun managing all of that. And then that was from like 8:30 to like 9:15 maybe, or maybe 9, and then the rest of the time it's just like me and my pharmacist. She's internal medicine, so we were just going over all the things, all the notes you take down for the patients, any interventions we need to follow up on, any labs we need ordered or that we can order, anything that needs to be discontinued and stuff like that. And then we talked a lot about just residency and what I'm interested in, so it was fun. Headed to the train now. Hi. Okay, you guys are gonna sit on top of my steering wheel right now because I'm at a incline at my house right now. But I never gave an update on what I did yesterday. But basically, I went in from 8:15 till about like 2. And basically I did like cardiology yesterday. So I was on the cardiology consult service, which was really, really fun. So like me and my resident, oh, it's autofocus, hold on. Okay, so basically me and my resident, we worked up all of our patients on the cardiology service. Where she did it the night before technically because they get added and stuff like that, and so she can see the list beforehand. And so yesterday we went in and we basically like, she had already worked them up, but like she started going over them with me because she was like, we're gonna go to rounds and like we'll discuss the patients during then. So like me and her were like going back and forth about patients during rounds. So like they were presenting with the med students, residents, the cardiology residents, and then I guess the attending and a fellow. I don't know how it works in med school, I'm not gonna lie. I know you guys have all these like terms, don't know what is what. Or yeah, I just don't know. But I want to say it was like an attending, a fellow, 2 residents, and a student, and then it was me and my pharmacist. And so she was like right next to me, and then everyone else was like at this like table in front of us, and so like we could just like whisper to each other like, why is he on DILT and this, or why is he not on DILT, or do we need a cardiovert, are we gonna do amio to kind of like stabilize arrhythmia, stuff like that. When I had concerns, I would say something to her and she'd be like, correct. So like she was kind of like letting me kind of like take the take charge, not really necessarily take charge, but she would like be like, what's concerning about this? And I'd be like, oh, do they need potassium, or like, is their mag okay? Can we actually do that if their mag's not okay? Stuff like that. So it was really, really good, and we like had really good conversations. And then we went upstairs to her preceptor for the month, for the block, because she's on her cardiology block. So we went upstairs to the cardiology pharmacist, and we went over, we just like discussed, we discussed like real world stuff. Like we discussed like residency, you know, what does she do, all that stuff, you know, me just asking a lot of questions, getting to know them getting to know me. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm really interested in this site as a possible residency in the future. So I'm like trying to foster genuine relationships and really learn about everyone. And then, oh, I forgot to get thank you cards when I was at Target, dang it. Okay, I'll get that tomorrow. But then, oh, or I can go to like Home Goods. Yeah, I'll go to this Marshalls and get them, because they have cute packs over there. But then after that, we went to her journal club presentation. She presented on a trial that kind of like compared milrinone to dobutamine in terms of like the treatment for cardiogenic shock. And then during that, there was like other residents, and then I guess their residency director and someone else that's like, he's a clinical pharmacist, but he does a lot of statistics work too. So that was nice, because I got to like answer and ask them questions, you know, really get involved with them. After that, she took me on a tour to find the inpatient pharmacy, because I couldn't remember how to find it, or I wasn't sure, I didn't get to see it last week. So yeah, so hopefully I remember how to get there tomorrow. And then that was it. Yeah, after that, she like sent me home, because the rest of the day was just like she had calls, and she was just like working up the same patient that we already worked up, like sending notes and stuff like that. And so that was fun. And so then I went home and I just worked on all my like at-home projects. So I started our presentation for Friday. I need to start patient case today, and I got some other stuff to do. And then today I was on internal medicine, but I was kind of like on a geriatrics floor. So it was a lot of like patients who were either, you know, being sent to rehabilitation after this, hospice, or just like any kind of like nursing facilities. So like we rounded with nutrition, clinical nutrition, PT, OT, social work, and then our nurse practitioner, and then it was us from pharmacy. So I really enjoyed this round, because it was like obviously different than cardio. Cardio is just like all of us in pharmacy and medicine. And so today was like, I like the interdisciplinary aspect of today, with like us doing like nutrition, because nutrition and geriatrics definitely go hand in hand. So does OT and PT and geriatrics hand in hand. Yeah, I mean, pharmacy obviously goes hand in hand with everything. So ooh, I don't want to brag about my profession, but you know, but it was great. It was really good, because like each patient, they'd be like, all right, OT, anything for them, and then nutrition, anything for them, pharmacy, anything for them, social work, anything for them. So it was a lot of like discussing about insurance, who like what insurance plan is covering for them to go to like rehabilitation, or if it's covering acute PT or outpatient PT, stuff like that. And yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And then after we did that, that was like an hour maybe, after we worked up all the patients on the floor. On that floor, we then went to like, it's just a private room, and we just like discussed everything. And she like walked me through like what she does as an internal medicine pharmacist, all that stuff, like her residency. She's one of the program coordinators for this like longitudinal rotation program we have through my school. I did not apply for it, because it just wasn't going to work with my schedule in terms of like public health rotations. But she was just like saying how like this is such a good fit for like what I'm interested in and stuff, and like how like just like, you know, just giving me like a lot of like pointers, and like just discussing like what I'm interested in, what she does. Like we talked about some patients, and like, you know, how does she like prioritize everything when it comes to covering an entire floor. Look, that's a lot of patients. So it was good. I really enjoyed it today. I'm about to go in and just finish up like a bunch of project stuff like I mentioned. I did go by Target when I got off, because I've been doing a lot more strength workouts at home instead of at the gym. And we have a set of dumbbells, but it's a power block. So it's like one big block, and you just like take off what you need. But it's like all one big thing, if that makes sense. And so when I'm starting workouts that I do, it just does not work for me, because one, my hands are tiny and my arms are short. You know, for Adam, everything worked fine for him. Like, he's huge. So it's like, it just doesn't work for me. So I just bought myself like the cute little, like some basic 15 and 20 pound dumbbells, because it just made no sense. It just wasn't working for me. So that's that. And I got some jewelry and a shirt and a dress that I need for a organization event in a few weeks. But other than that, that's all for today. Probably gonna include some time lapses, but tomorrow I'm in inpatient pharmacy, so we'll see how that goes. Good morning, y'all. Happy Thursday. We got one more week of this stuff and I'm done. Sorry, one more day. It's currently, what time is it? 8:26, and I just logged onto my computer to finish up this research project and patient case stuff. So far the research project is not done. I will say though, my portion is done and I'm just waiting on everyone else to finish up so that I can do the results, because our final PowerPoint is due today and we present tomorrow at 10 a.m. I also have to go to the hospital today, so it's like, you know, I'm really not trying to be like not present during my shadowing, because like I'm worried about the darn research project, you know. It's fine, I'm sure it'll work out great, but it's really annoying. Any of you that do group projects, you know how I feel right now. But yeah, it's annoying. Like I'm logging on right now. We're supposed to have 75 patients. I myself have done 29 just to help out, right? Because we're all supposed to do 25. The next person, okay, she's done but not really. Like she still has some other stuff to do, like she has to do the math. It's fine. Okay, that's something though. And then the other person, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, he only has 11. But yeah, that's how that part is. And then now I'm opening up my patient case, and I started it last night, so it should honestly be fine. But like, we're just working on finishing that up. I started it last night. We actually had a different patient, and it was a really good patient because it was pretty complex, and I thought that would be really good for us to present on. But my partner felt that it was overwhelming and like too many disease state, which is understandable. Everyone is comfortable with what they're comfortable with, you know? So I wasn't gonna be like, oh, we have to, you know, I wasn't gonna do that. So if she's more comfortable with something a little more simpler, then that's fine. So we're working on her patient, but she had already finished up the note. So it's like, we're just kind of copying and pasting, and then I guess we're just gonna go into detail when we're presenting and stuff. So I guess I'm gonna work on that now until about 10. It's 8:30. I have a meeting at 10 for my actual job. It's just like our all staff meeting that we have the first Thursday of every month. First Thursday? It's not the first Thursday, I guess the second Thursday of every month. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know if I vlogged yesterday, but basically yesterday I got to the hospital. I think it was 10:30 to 1, and basically I just shadowed one of the inpatient pharmacy technicians, which is basically what I used to do when I did work inpatient. So, you know, just like pulling meds, delivering meds and stuff, except I was specifically on triage. So like it was like pulling meds and sending meds through the tube station. The hospital that I used to work at, they did not have a tube station in the inpatient pharmacy. So that was really cool, because like you get to go ahead and send stat orders immediately instead of physically having to run to 3 floors, you know. So that was really, really nice. We did a lot of tubing, a lot of pulling stuff. This hospital is huge. I don't know if you guys know that, but this is one of our level 1 trauma centers, and it's absolutely huge. Like 14, 15, 16 floors, and much larger than the hospital I used to work at. I just had like 3 floors. Literally, yeah, I had 4 floors. This one has like a lot. And so like it was a lot of the inpatient pharmacy had a carousel, which is like this huge machine that like allows you to put 30 medications on 30 rows, you know. And so like then when you scan it, the carousel turns to that medication and it tells you what bin it's in, how many you need, like that, versus like the inpatient pharmacy I worked in, every single medication was lined up on the wall and I just had to like pull it manually, like walk down, pull it, walk down, pull it, walk down, pull it. So this was really cool. We checked out like the IV prep room, all that good stuff, and I'm doing IV prep pharmacy today. So yesterday I was with the technician, today I'm with the pharmacist that's going to be over the IV room. Obviously a lot of IVs, and I thought something that was cool here is that like there's like 5 staff pharmacists and they each rotate on what they're doing. Like one was in charge for the day, the next one was on carousel, so checking all the med products from carousel. The next one was on IV room, so they were managing all the IV prep stuff, and the other one was on the controls, so managing all the controlled medications that are going up and down and all that stuff. So I loved that. That was really, really cool, because the inpatient pharmacy I used to work at, it just like kind of like varied, and so sometimes you'd be like, can someone check this, or like, okay, who's over this? And that really annoyed me a lot, I'm not gonna lie. And having like specifically someone on something all day is very, very nice. So I love that. That was really cool, but really enjoyed it. I'm loving everyone. After I got home from the train, I picked up some thank you cards. I just personally believe in thank you cards. Like, I've always believed in them. I will always believe in them. I wrote them to my P1 my P1 community team. I wrote every single pharmacist that I worked with, and even the technician I worked with. I wrote all of them thank you cards. I'm doing the same this year. I've already texted them to make sure that it's okay for me to drop them off at their offices today. So that's good. But yeah, I'm a thank you card girl. And I even put my business card in 2 of them, because we talked about like research opportunities. So I wanted to like actually give them my business card that has like my LinkedIn, my number, my email. Yeah, so that in case, like, obviously they might not have anything right now, but like if they keep it, they'll be like, oh wait, I could ask for it. So I loved it. I honestly would love to do residency here. I know that might jinx it by saying it out loud, but I kind of want to manifest it. I think I'm gonna write it down actually and put it on my like board over here, because this is 100% my number 1 now. So that's exciting, because like I apply for residency in like literally like y'all 10 months. Like I would be applying in November. That's in 10 freaking months. I'm out of focus. There you go. That's in 10 months. So it's just like, whew. But I'm excited, and I hope I do get another rotation here. I'm pretty sure I ranked them like 4 times for Appies, so I want to make sure that I do get to come back and meet everyone again. But I love you. Have a good day. I'm about to hop on this journal case, and then that's it for the day. And I noticed that there's not a lot of time lapses in here, because I actually could not do time lapses for the projects I'm working on, because I have Epic on my computer for this, and obviously HIPAA compliancy. But I could probably, I mean, I wanted to do some from the side, but I had 2 computers, and like even if I did it from the side, you'd still be seeing the charts. So it wasn't happening. So I'm sorry for the lack of time lapses in this one, but I actually can do a time lapse now, because this is just like not a chart. So currently 4:28. I'm currently in the drive-thru right quick, because I just need a quick snack before I get home. But let's see, I was there from 1:30 to 3:30. Technically 1:30 to 2 was just me like hanging out in the lobby, and then I went upstairs to drop off 2 of my 7 thank you cards. And then at 2, I started following around the one of the staff pharmacists in the main inpatient pharmacy. And honestly, I was not excited at first because I was like, I already know what a staff pharmacist does. Like, I used to work inpatient. But I didn't think about how the inpatient hospital I worked, the inpatient pharmacy I worked in, that hospital was a lot smaller. And this is a like 1,000 freaking bed hospital, you know? So I was kind of like, I really enjoyed it, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I would be happy being a staff pharmacist at this specific institution, not gonna lie. But yeah, I had a good time. I loved her. She was fun. She was young. I loved it a lot. She gave me a lot of pointers. And then she kind of like asked me what I wanted to do in the beginning. And so because she knew I was interested in residency and stuff like that, she was like, okay, basically I'm gonna let you play staff pharmacist in, like, cause this is what you're gonna do as a resident. And it was so much fun, so much fun. She let me like check orders. She let me verify orders. Like, obviously I didn't just do it by myself, but like we walked through it and she'd be like, yep, you're right. Yep, that's right. Calculation is right. All that stuff. And so that was really fun. I loved it a lot. And that was it. So I did that for like an hour. We just like did a lot of orders and stuff like that, verification. And then I gave her, I wrote her thank you card, obviously, when I was putting up my bag and stuff, and I brought it out to her, said bye to everyone. I ended up running into some people that I met the other day, so I was able to give them their thank you card, and I gave it to them in front of the residency director. So it was like, oh hey, nice to meet you. I'm like, oh hey, Dr. So-and-so, didn't get a chance to give you this thank you card the other day. So it was like, you know, but it was great. And then like one of the other ladies was like, yeah, I remember you liked HIV, so I reached out to our HIV and care pharmacist, and he's welcomed you to shadow. So I was like, ah! My camera was about to like fall down when I was pulling up in the drive-thru. But yeah, she was like, he was like willing to let you shadow him, like after this, like after the whole interview season dies down and all that good stuff and the cover numbers. I was like, hell yeah! But yeah, I'm so excited. I love this place so much. Like, oh gosh, like, and I literally, y'all, I just wrote a note in my phone, kind of like manifesting it. So we'll see. And this is if I do residency, who knows, y'all? Like, I'm still up in the air, but I know if I do, I want to be here. I feel like the reason I love it so much is because like the hospital that I was at before this, like the smaller hospital I talk about, it was honestly kind of like a toxic situation. The people were not nice. They were not willing to teach me. Honestly, like, it was such a lie the way like they, you know, brought you in, and when you're interviewing, they're talking about all these opportunities for you, and then it actually gets time to those opportunities and they're just not willing to. And it's just like, it was kind of like a gaslit situation, to be honest. And I guess it was just because they needed staff, they needed interns, you know. But like, they were so honest. Y'all don't understand how rude they were. Like, like if you guys were to ask Adam about it, he would also be so mad, because like I would just like come home and just be so pissed and like not happy, and like I hated going there. Like he would tell you, like I genuinely hated it, and I just like put on a front that I was happy and lucky to have an inpatient internship and all this stuff, but I was not lucky. I was not happy. I hated it so much, and I wish I would have realized then that like a toxic workplace was not worth the experience, you know, because honestly it wasn't. Like where I'm at right now, like in my HIV clinic, I love every single person and I'm learning just as much, you know, like I love the experience and I'm learning more than I did while being at that toxic place. So I don't know, and I feel like that's also contributing to why I love this institution so much that I just shadowed at this week. But yeah, it's now 4:38. I just pulled up at home. I need to go inside and finish these research projects and these patient cases. I hope to be done tonight. If not, I guess they're pulling an all-nighter. Presentations start at 10, so we'll see. But they're due tonight. The presentations are due today, so like I would like to send it today, but the way my group mates have been acting lately has, I don't know. We'll see. But let's get her done. Yes, I do have on the same sweater that I wore yesterday, because I only wore the sweater yesterday for an hour. I ended up not wearing it to rotation because I just didn't feel like it anymore. It was a little bit warm and I just didn't feel like it, to be honest. So I did change my outfit, which you guys saw. But yes, I do have that same exact sweater. But now it is the next day. It's Friday. It's the last day of rotation, y'all. And when I tell you, I absolutely hate group projects. I hate them. I did not go to bed until 3. a.m. because one, I don't like throwing people on the bus. That's the other thing. I don't enjoy that. But I do have a group member that did not do their data points until last night at 9, 25 patients. So that was very, very annoying because we have had so long to do them. And our deadlines were there. They told you first day of first draft due, second day due. Our final PowerPoint was technically due yesterday, but I sent it at 2 a.m. Sorry, 3 a.m. And so that was very annoying to me personally. And I don't like being the person that emails a professor at like that time of night because it's just not fair to them as well. And it also just looks so bad on our part, especially as someone who just told all of them how much I loved it there and how much I would love to do residency there. And it's just like, oh, but you turn it in projects late. And I'm sure it's not a big deal. I'm sure I'm overthinking it, but that's just like who I am. Like, I like to be on time. I like to do things the right way. I don't necessarily say I'm type A, but I would say I'm like, when it comes to these kind of things, I'm type A. I'll say that. But yeah, so I mean, I waited as long as I could, and I was hoping it wasn't going to be too late. And then they called me, and he just wanted me to basically sit on the phone while he did the data points. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I have other stuff to do. Like, because I've been focusing on this project and trying to get it done, I haven't finished my patient case recording. I need to finish my SOAPs. Like, there's just other stuff we have to do outside of, like, just rotation. Like, you have projects that your site assigns you, but you also have your normal projects that your school assigns you. So like, we had a workbook, I have quizzes, all that stuff already. So it was just like really annoying. And I don't know, I just get really frustrated with things like that because it's like, it just feels like no one respects your time, even though you respect everyone else's time, you know? Like, I never said, do this right now, you know? I was just like, hey guys, like, at our earliest convenience, can we do this? The deadline is due, yada, yada, yada. I just want to make sure we have ample amount of time, because us sending our presentation at 3 a.m., we have no time for corrections. Presentations are at 10 in 42 minutes. We have no time for corrections. Basically, like, he finished his data at, like, gosh, 11:30, and it wasn't even actually finished. Another group member had to call me, and she was like, it's not done, like, no one's working on this part. And I was like, what the heck? So she finished that part so I could start like analyzing the data using the Excel. Shout out to Adam for showing me all the quick tips for Excel to like get our data quick and easy, like using like the filters to filter out yeses, nos, less than 150 blood glucose, greater than 150 other comments, stuff like that. But I don't know, I'm just really annoyed with that, and I really just don't want it to like affect my day to day. Like, I want to still have a good presentation and stuff. I'm just really hoping that they don't like say anything about the presentation being sent at 3 a.m. or the fact that like all of the slides are mine, basically. So I'm hoping my group members can talk on the stuff, because all the slides I did. So, but yeah, I'm over it. I'm tired. I don't want it to like ruin my day. But it's the last day of IPPE. I had such a good experience here, so I'm excited to be done though. I'm really tired, not gonna lie. It's been a great learning experience, and I gave out all my thank you cards yesterday. And like some of them texted me and they were like, that was so sweet, thank you, all that stuff. So yeah, someone even passed me along someone who might want to do research with a student, so I'm going to email that person probably later today or starting Monday, I don't know. But other than that, we just got presentations at 10. I'm going to make sure to ask them how long do we have access to Epic so that I can finish my SOAP this weekend. And other than that, that's really it on the agenda. Of course, like, Fridays are our days that we typically like order food or go pick up like pick up food, or like go to dinner. Probably just pick up food because I'm really tired. But that's all that's on the agenda today, so let's get it going. Actually, let me put you here. Hi, it's actually, I realized I never closed this vlog out, and it is actually the first day of school today, so I'm gonna close it out now. I've just finished up my first day. This is gonna be a whole separate vlog of me talking about school, the first day of school, but yes, I never finished out my vlog last week. I guess I was just like so excited with all last week, but literally like as soon as I finished that presentation and stuff, I literally worked on my workbook and the rest of like our assignments literally the rest of the weekend. And then once I finished that yesterday, like all the assignments turned in and all the workbook and stuff, I actually had to then watch a lecture for today. So I literally had no time to like kind of like close this vlog out and like start a new one. So I'm starting one now. But yes, thank you guys for joining me for my 2 weeks in rotation. It was great. I hope you really enjoyed that content, because like if I do residency or go into a more clinical path, then I would love to kind of like do more stuff like that, like talk about my day. Like talk about my day, talk about the patients I just worked up, stuff like that. So I would love to do more of that. Definitely gonna do that more starting in May when I go on rotations. Like that's so exciting, I'm so excited. But yes, I hope you guys had a good week. Have a great week starting now, and I love you, and thank you for joining on the ride. Bye.